Welcome to another episode of More Than a Barber. I am your host, AP, and you already know this is a podcast that helps inspiring barbers level up their career. And we bring the dopest guests on this platform so that you can benefit and do your thing. Today, we got a super dope guest. I'm actually excited because it's a female barbershop owner. I've been waiting to interview this young lady, and we're going to get into it. But before we get into this episode, do your boy a solid. Do you know that we are almost at our goal? We're about to hit 1K subs. Now, I know what you're thinking. Man, bro should have already been at 1K. Exactly right. And if you're saying that, share this episode so that we can hit our goal. We got some great things coming up, and you guys are going to be a part of that. So today, we have a guest that I think you guys are going to love and enjoy this concept and this conversation. She, of course, is a female barbershop owner. She has well over 10K followers on Instagram. And check this out. She's in the Burleson, Fort Worth, Texas area, and she is absolutely killing it. None other than Bianca. What's up, Bianca?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming. I know that we've been trying to get you on the show.
I know.
Last time we tried to get you, you were traveling.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it back. How was your trip?
Great. Puerto Rico was amazing.
Yeah.
And now we get Bad Bunny for the halftime show too.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I was like, yo, man, we met at BarberCon.
Yep.
We cut at the same booth. Shout out to King Midas. They did an amazing job with creating a space for us. And I saw your cut too. I was like, I don't know who Bianca is, but she got bars. She could cut.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And so it was just a good time. It's always good to meet other barbers, especially at the hair shows. I know a lot of people are talking about hair shows are dead, but I don't know. I think that they're still live.
Yeah, I think they are too, and I try to make sure to go to all of those because of that. I think that that's where me and you met, and
Absolutely.
here we are. It's a good spot to network and kind of just get outside of your usual routine behind the chair, and just I know for me especially, and I've heard from the barbers at the shop that it almost inspires them again, So when they finish up at BarberCon, they're like, I can't wait to use my new clippers, and
Yeah.
so it's nice to see them go through that too for see what I see basically.
Understood. I like the whole networking process, and I know some barbers don't believe it, but networking is that's really the currency of today's industry. You can make a lot of money. That's great. Being booked, being busy, that's great. But I think there's a cap on just being a barber that thinks, I just want to get booked. I think if you expand and say, I need to meet other barbers, I need to meet other, other creators, if you will, that are killing it, I want to meet them. And so that's what we're doing today. You're killing it. You're doing your thing, and we're going to get a chance to know you as we speak in real time.
Thank you.
So Bianca, take us all the way back to the beginning. How did you get started with cutting hair? Walk us through that all the way up until where you are today.
So I was about 14 when I picked up the clippers.
Okay.
I seen my uncle cutting hair, and it was actually the edge up that got me when he was doing the edge up, and I'm like, oh my God, I could do that,
Yeah.
And he actually he said, just go and, do something else because at the time, female barbers weren't as popular, right? But I just loved the way it like just the transformation, the cleanup process of just the edge up, not even talking haircuts.
Right.
But once I got into the haircuts, well, I started messing people up.
Trying to do a drop fade.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it was just a process and, messing my cousins up. And, finally when YouTube hit, Caking is Randy. I don't know if you've ever followed him. Caking is Randy. He put me on the fast feeds, bought me some fast feeds. And I was already kind of, where I guess decent. I wouldn't even say decent, but once I got those and I started watching more videos, it was just, went up from there. I was still working a 9-to-5 job. Never really put my all into barbering. And a lot of people don't know this. I didn't do it until I moved to Texas, because I was a mom as and that's where a struggle as a female barber is, women have kids and they have to take the time off, and you may lose clientele during that process, and just going through all of that. So I have 3 kids, and I just never really could put my whole self into the barber industry. Well, we moved here in 2016, I believe. Yeah, 2016. And I actually was going to give up barbering. I was just going to be a stay-at-home mom because I didn't know anyone here. And so it wasn't until a year in, I felt like I almost lost myself not cutting hair, because it was all I knew. Even though I didn't push it as like a career when I was back home in Milwaukee, I felt like I was missing something, not cutting hair, full time. And so I went to barber school here in Texas, and that's where I met most of my friends here. And I have one barber that he's my manager now. Me and him met in barber school, and we just kind of like became really good friends, and I trust him with everything, and it's been great. So yeah, this is and social media is what really helped me here.
Gotcha.
Hashtags,
Yep.
when I feel like I don't know if hashtags really work as much now.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is videos and all that pushing through, but hashtags helped me because that's how people were finding me, and I wasn't even licensed yet here. So
really quick, Bianca, you alluded to you moved out here from Milwaukee. What was that transition like? Like, you came out here, you didn't really know anybody. It seemed like that's a story for a lot of barbers, that transition. They feel like, I got to relocate. But wherever I'm going, they don't really know a lot of people. They just know that it's an opportunity.
well, I moved here for my husband's job.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, if I did get back into barbering, and everybody needs a haircut. So when I moved, it was different because the area that I was in was more, it wasn't as urban, I guess you'd say.
Gotcha.
So I had to get used to that type of clientele. And I really just got sick of doing that clientele, and I said, I got to get back to, the crispy fades, the edge ups, and I do a lot of freestyle design. So I started pushing that on social media. There wasn't a day that went by that I didn't post something on social media. I would post multiple times a day just to let people know that look, it's me, I'm here in Burleson,
Yeah.
And so it helped. People started coming in from Fort Worth. So Fort Worth's probably about like 15-minute drive outside of Burleson.
Okay.
And yeah, I started getting clientele from there. So it worked out for me.
So from a freestyle design standpoint, do you know how to draw?
No.
What?
Yes, my kids all are artists. My husband is an artist.
Wow.
And I suck at drawing.
I'm confused. Okay, so when I was watching you cut, I said, yo, she can really cut. It's first thing. Bling game fire. I was looking at your designs on your page. I'm like, Bianca can really cut. How? Like, design-wise, how?
I feel like I know what it's supposed to look like, and I think what's set me apart from, or what's made me stand out, is just the blend game that I have. And it's just my attention to detail, I guess. I don't know, like when I look at a fade, like it has to all, like if I see a line, I freak out. Like I'll record, see a line, take it out. I use that as my Photoshop, basically. I just go back and forth. And my clients will tell you that. They're like, I know that it takes about 5 minutes for me to just record like a 6-minute video, a 6-second video, sorry. But yeah, I feel like I know what the haircut is supposed to look like, and I just go with it. But yeah, I can't draw at all.
I can't draw either, to be honest with you. I can't draw.
And that's what I love about freestyle designs, though.
Got you.
Is that it's not supposed to look like something. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
And that's what I tell my clients. Like, they'll show me a picture of a freestyle design, and I said, I'll do something similar, but I can't promise it's gonna look like that. It's gonna be my thing.
It's gonna be your own.
And they rock with it. So.
I got you. I want to go back to building. When you were posting on Instagram, you were building your brand, being like a brand new barber in this area. Can you kind of tell me like what that was like, trying to build something? Like, Was it a feeling like, yo, I'm gonna do this and let me see where this takes me? Was it that, or was it something else?
As far as like building for myself, I think it was more so just trying to get my name out there. I had the fact that I didn't know anybody here.
Yeah.
What pushed me? Back home, you have friends, family pushing your name, and I didn't have that here. So I had to use social media to do that for me. And at the time, Instagram's great now, but it was still coming up. So, and that's actually how I met Lee from Barbershop Connect as well. Is
Yeah.
people don't believe me, but I used to get reposted so much just in the little storage room I used to cut in from, and Lee would repost me over and over.
Are you serious?
And so that's where I got such a huge following from, was in the beginning,
Got you. Shout out to Barbershop Connect. Shout out to Lee. That's dope. That's dope.
And Lee's, we've been in contact ever since. And that's where I met Jack too. Was I bought a King Midas cape.
Yeah.
And I would post. I don't think I've ever used any other cape besides that, in my Instagram. And he noticed it, and that's where me and him got into contact. I just had to make a name for myself somewhere that wasn't home. And so all I could do in the barber game was just push my cuts, because I feel like that was enough to brand myself, because, as a female barber, a lot of men wouldn't give me a shot back home in Milwaukee, which I think is why I didn't pursue it so much there. So I would have to let my haircut be, let them identify who I was. Like, oh, that looks like a Bianca haircut,
I got you.
And as far as Instagram goes, I tried to do it as often as possible so that when it came up on their feed, they knew that it was me.
You have a look, you have an aesthetic.
A look,
like,
an aesthetic.
This is a Bianca's cut.
Yeah.
I got you.
They recognize your background. So I try to be consistent with that on my page.
Got you. Let me ask you this. So you are obviously a shop owner. Shout out to Boundless Barbershop, right? But before you became that shop owner, what was it like to where were you cutting? And what was it like, just kind of getting that experience?
So the first shop, the only other shop I cut at here in Texas was Founders Barbershop. And they were new to Burleson. And we kind of just, we blew up when we opened up, because there wasn't anything like it around, as far as like, I want to say like the urban cuts.
Sure.
So that's where I really made a name for myself here in Burleson in Texas. And I spent about almost 3 years there, and kind of just I knew I wanted to open up a shop eventually. Did a suite. And I actually did really great. I think I did better in the suite than I even thought myself.
Wow.
And it was just because I was closer to everyone. Instead of them driving to Burleson, I was in Fort Worth, close to downtown Fort Worth. And so my clientele blew up. And so, after I did that, that's when I decided, I think it's time to go back to Burleson and, be closer to the kids and just not have to drive so far.
I got you.
It wasn't far, but traffic is.
I get it. It's a beast.
And I was trying to, have as much time outside of my vehicle, I guess you'd say.
I got you.
And then I opened up Boundless, and it's been great ever since.
So how long have you had Boundless?
It'll be 3 years, November 15th.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So walk me through it. So you cut in a suite. That was great. You blew up. You had clientele. What was the feeling? And what I mean by that is, you have now barbers that say, I'm gonna be a shop owner, not because they put in the time, but because it's popular.
Yeah.
But because they can possibly make money off commission or make money off of booth rent, whatever they decide to do. What was the defining moment for Bianca to say, yo, it's time. I need to open up a barbershop?
I think it was when I finally, when I was in my suite and, everything was good. And for me personally, as barbers, we don't get paid time off. We don't get, our either sick time off. We don't get all that. So I thought to myself, how am I going to be able to make money without having to always be behind the chair.
That's good.
You know, and it wasn't necessarily having like not having to answer to anyone as either. It was just I needed to make a space for myself that allowed me to be more of a family person.
I got you.
I gave up a lot of my barber career, I feel like, being, you know, just focusing on being a mom. And I don't really want to say give up, but I didn't give myself the full, what am I trying to say? I didn't put my full self into it, is what I mean.
I got it.
Because I decided to start my family. And with that, you have to step away all the time. And, you know, consistency is key in the barber industry. So 100%. When you can't be a consistent barber for some people, they'll go elsewhere. So, that's when I decided like it's time, because I needed to be able to come and go as I pleased. But it's not all that it seems.
I got you.
You know,
yeah.
It's not what I thought it was going to be. Because as an owner, I'm a lot busier than I ever was. And I'm there at the shop more than I ever thought I'd be, you know, because with being an owner comes more responsibility.
That's right.
And you can't just take a day off, and if something happens at the shop, they call me, right? And because it's my shop. But overall, it was the best decision, and I don't ever regret it. I just know a lot more now than I did before.
Got you. Now, with you being like in that space, because I'm going to say this, shout out to you prioritizing being a mom, but yet being a shop owner too. Yeah. That says a lot about you. I know growing up, my mom did the same thing. She was a single mom, not that you are, but my mom was a single mom, 3 of us. She had a daycare, she braided hair, and she went to college and got a degree with 3 small children.
That's awesome.
And I just had a conversation with my mom the other day. I'm very close to my mom, the youngest of 3. And she was like, I didn't want to date and put nobody over my kids and everything else. You guys were my priority, blah, blah, blah. And I remember as a child watching my mom get a degree with 3 small children. To see you, you know, mom, prioritizing. I gave you a time. You're like, look, I can't do that time because I got to get my son. I'm like, yo, I respect that, right? Shout out to you. And I think that's probably why you are so successful, because you know how to prioritize. Speaking to that, what is the challenging thing as it relates to you being a female barbershop owner? Is it challenging? Do you feel like you have to do more because you are a female, or you have to do less? Like, walk me through that being a shop owner.
I feel like from my experience, I think the only thing that I've realized is that people don't really expect you to be the owner. But what I mean is, like, when people walk into the establishment, they won't come directly to my chair, and I'm in the front. You know, so it's me and then a male barber, right, on the other end, and they always go to his chair. And I think that says a lot about what I guess society believes who should be an owner, right? So I always like to see that. But I mean, as far as in the industry, here in Texas, I think it's been a lot more welcoming than I thought it would be. Because back home, like, I love my Milwaukee people, but in my experience, it was tough for me to start off, you know, because I had to prove myself, one, as a female barber. And 2, like, I'm a mom. So I got judged if I was taking time off for this or that. And it was just a battle with that. So coming here, I don't feel like I have to do as much, just because I feel like the crew that I have allows me to run the shop how I want, I guess you'd say. And it all has just worked out. Like, I can't say anything bad about that. I think that would be the only thing, is when people come into the establishment, they expect me not to be the owner. Got you.
Do you take offense to that?
I don't. I almost like seeing their faces when I say I'm the owner. And then some of them are actually kind of shocked. And I'm like, why are you shocked?
Right. Like, I'm the owner.
But It's a lot of work as far as like pushing the name
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
making sure that, because I'm not done cutting. I love cutting hair, and a lot of people don't like to believe that. I genuinely love cutting hair. And so when I decided to open up a shop, I didn't only do it for the money. I did it so that I had a space where it was mine,
I see.
you know,
Yep.
where I could control my environment.
Yeah.
And when I say control my environment, if something is off for me, I have more of a say to change it, you
I
know.
got it.
But I love cutting hair. I don't want to stop.
I got you. I got you. How long have you been cutting again?
So 14, so about 23 years.
23 years. Okay, so we're kind of like twins in that. I haven't been cutting that long, but close. Let me ask you this. Is it at this point of your career, do you feel like, because I want to make sure I'm not by myself, do you feel like this is like your glory years where all of the work that you put in, let's say in chapter 1 and chapter 2, even in chapter 5 for that matter, you are now starting to reap the benefits of like opportunities and connections, like things of that nature? It's like it's easy now.
Yeah.
You feel that way?
I feel that way. This
Wow.
is it. And it's crazy, like this many years later.
Yeah, right.
And that's why I say consistency. Stay
Yeah.
consistent in what you do. Do what you do for yourself. And your client, treat your clientele with respect. And
Yeah.
it's going to come back to you. It's not going to happen overnight. I think that's what a lot of new barbers feel like it should happen overnight. That booked out schedule should happen overnight. And it doesn't. It doesn't happen that way.
That's right. That's right. That's good. And let's go back to this. You talked about building out the barbershop the way you wanted it. It's not just for the money, but it was for a space that you wanted to just make it your own. From that perspective, what does leadership look like at Boundless Barbershop?
I try to, make everyone as comfortable as possible. I don't feel like I'm better than anyone there. I don't care what the following is or how many, reposts I get. We're all barbers, and that's where I try to keep it like that. There's no competition in the shop. I don't like to feel like I'm top dog or and I don't want anybody to feel like they're top dog at my shop either. Let's all do well. Promote yourself, because I promote for them as well. But I want them to, if they decided to leave Boundless, I want them to have a name for themselves outside of Boundless. You know what I mean?
I do.
And so just having the respect for the barbers, just like I wanted as a barber myself. And that's where I feel like I can relate to them, is that I was a barber first all these years, and I just want to treat people how I wanted to be treated.
That's good. That's good. Not so much as, because you know that there's a lot of shop owners like that. Treat people how you want to be treated, but not so much as you trying to be top dog. Like,
Right.
this is my shop. This is my, this is my playing field, if you will. I wanna still stay on there because I feel like shop ownership is a gift that every shop owner don't have.
Right.
It's almost like either you have it or you don't. You can learn, you can glean from others, but shop ownership is a beast.
Yeah.
Let me say it like this. It's a beast and a half.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be built for it.
Yeah. And I'm learning that as I go.
Right.
I think that a lot of people see how busy Boundless got right away, and I more so took what I learned in barbering and did it for the shop, but it also is the crew that you bring with you, because I did great in a suite by myself, but to bring all these barbers together and it be so successful, like that says a lot about who is in that shop, and a lot about how we set the tone for new barbers coming in the shop as well. Because, we've had people come and go, but I call them the solid four. Well, it's me and 3 other barbers. Like we kind of set the tone at the shop, and like I couldn't do this without them. And I think that, I guess my leadership has, I don't really like to gloat about myself, you know what I mean? But
I understand.
I guess with what I've put out there, I try to lead by example. Is more so what I guess what I'm trying to say. I try to come in every day with a positive attitude, treat my clients with respect, and just show them like, this you get out of this what you put in.
100%.
And I think that's what helps the shop keep going.
Yeah, that's super dope. And from a leadership standpoint, let me ask you this: how do you choose your barbers? Do you choose them based on following on Instagram? Do you choose them based on personality? What does that look like for you, Bianca?
So far for me, what gets them through the door to even have that conversation has been just how is their work, depending on what kind of cuts are in right now, right? Because like let's say blowout tapers.
Yeah.
I'm actually hiring looking for a barber now. We get so many walk-ins for blowout tapers or burst fades. So that person that's coming in needs to be able to handle those kind of cuts,
I see.
Then I just bring them in through the door then.
This is good.
And then I meet with them. Even, I try to look at their social media as well because some of them don't post their personal life, but
Right.
I'll try to meet with them, and you can kind of see how somebody is when they speak to you, but you never really know until they're there in your shop.
That's true. So personal life does matter to you.
I would say,
Okay.
It's not going to be like a deciding factor, but I want people who are going to be hungry for it, whether you're older, younger. I just personality does matter though.
I got
for
you.
sure. But I feel like I've done that in the past, and it sometimes hasn't worked out. I've done both ways where okay, the quality of the cuts are not that great, but we'll get there if I see potential in it.
I like that. I like it.
But it's still a learning, game for me because it's only been 3 years, but it's a lot of new aspects of it all.
Absolutely. And how many chairs you have?
We have 9.
Jeez.
Yeah, so we got one open, so we got 8. Well, including myself, so eight of us right now.
And one you're looking
One
for
open.
a blowout taper barber.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you're in the Fort Worth, Burleson area, make sure you hit Bianca up because
hit me up.
she's looking for a barber.
Yes.
Gang of walk-ins. You guys already have a name. Is it a thing nowadays still to go to the barber colleges or possibly put a post out to say, hey, yo, we're hiring? Or do you attract barbers without even really having to do that?
I attract barbers, and it's just because of, like I said, networking.
Yeah. Smart.
I get a lot of reposts, and so I have a following on Instagram, and it helps with the business. So I try to use that for Boundless.
Super smart.
I came here today not only for myself but for Boundless because it's going to create traction for my shop.
That's super dope.
And so that's when I say people who open up a business to try to step away from barbering, you're really never really stepping away because you're in it more now than you ever were before. It's just it looks different.
I got you.
I
got you. You know what's dope? You said something that I hadn't really thought about from a shop owner's perspective. You said that you're hiring a barber based on the style of the cut that's really popular now. What about, because everything is changing.
Right.
What about 2 years from now? What about a year from now? I know the blowout taper, I think it will always be in.
Yeah.
A taper is a taper.
Yeah.
Right? A ball fade is a ball fade. Do you think shop owners should hire based on the demand, or should they hire based on the vision of the shop?
I think to get them in there, I think it would be based off of demand because if they can perform that cut, I'm sure that they can do a decent fade because those cuts are not easy. But if they can do this cut, they can work with shears, they can blend, and so they work with. So that means that they can do other cuts that involve those things as well. And so when I look at that, I just want to make sure that I'm not throwing somebody in there and they're not going to know what to do.
I got you.
So they can post all these fades on like just a number 3 ball fade on there, And then I bring them in and they're like, oh, I actually don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, if they know how to do a blowout taper, I'm almost confident that they're going to be able to do a number 3 bald fade.
I love that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where I take it. And I've learned over the years as well, give myself 30 days. 30 days if I...
So that's your pretty much your business model.
Yes.
Give a new barber 30 days.
30 days.
And walk me through that.
And that's not only just for haircuts, it's for personality. Almost 3 years in, I've learned trust your gut. Trust your gut about a person, not just haircuts. I don't care how many haircuts they put out. If you don't have the right vibe in your shop, it's going to affect
100%.
You know, your crew.
100%.
So I'm trying to stick to that, you know, and so far it's worked out for me. But yeah, I know it sounds crazy to say like, oh, you don't know how to do blowout taper? Well, I don't think you're really gonna fit in. Only because in the time that I have right now,
You can't train?
I can't train.
I was gonna ask you that.
I used to be able to be like 100% hands-on.
I got you.
And I can work if I feel like I can work with it, then I'll bring you in. I have a barber who I saw potential in him, and he had a good personality, and he went from taking almost 2 hours on a haircut to now knocking them out in 30 minutes.
Wow.
And to me, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to like almost weed them out, I guess you say.
Yeah.
And it's nothing personal. I feel like I think a lot of barbers need to not take stuff so personal, you know, because just use the time that you've had here and use it in your future.
Gotcha.
Because everything that I've learned, it's helped mold who I am as a barber, as a business owner, as a person, just in general.
Got you. Some would say, you know, man, I want to work at Boundless Cuts or Boundless Barbershop. They're booming. They're busy. I have a good personality, but I don't know how to do a blowout fade. You don't have the time to do, you know, the training. And it's like, yo, I really want to be a part. Is it hard to turn barbers down at this point?
It is, especially with there only being one chair available. So I almost feel like I have to, you know,
gotta be careful with.
Got to be more careful. And I have,
Yeah.
I have the, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm able to do that right now.
I got you. You have the eye for it.
Yeah, and I'm able to. I'm not like looking for money or, you know, I'm not just trying to fill the chair for money.
I get it.
It has to make sense for everybody, not just myself. It has to make sense for the barbers and for the clients as well, you know. And we have a quality to put out there, and people know, you know, when they come into Boundless, they're gonna get a quality cut, and I'm trying to stick with that, you know.
Like you have a certain aesthetic.
Yes.
You have a certain, really, like you're known for a quality cut.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I just don't want to settle on that. And I get everybody has to start somewhere. I don't think we're that. Does that mean? I know that sounds.
You try to be so humble. I get it. Like you're trying to be humble, but it is what it is. Yeah. So this is the part where I feel like those that's watching today, whenever they're watching, they may watch the replay, whatever it is. A lot of barbershops that are opening up, booth rent, commission, from your vantage point, what should a shop owner, which direction should he or she go in? Should it be commission nowadays, or should it be booth rent?
Speaking from someone who's done both, I've worked at both. I personally liked commission better, and that's only because at the time when I was working for a commission barbershop, I wanted to go to work and leave it there. You know, I wanted to cut hair, come back home, do whatever I wanted on social media for it. But as far as like having to do anything extra, I didn't have to do that working at a commission shop. And if I'm being honest, there was a time where I didn't even think I was going to open up a shop because I was like, damn, coming from a booth rent shop to this, I'm like, I have it made.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I think that it's all based on what is going on in your own life and how much you want to get out of it, because there are some barbers who they may not believe it, but if you really broke down the numbers, probably sometimes make the same commission and booth rent.
I agree.
You
I agree
know,
with that.
the thing about commission is that people don't realize when you're off for a week, you don't have to pay, your booth rent. When you're off for a week for booth rent, you're still missing out on your 200, 250.
I see. Yeah.
So with that, and you also have to, with booth rent, control your app, your booking app.
Mm-hmm.
With commission, you literally just come, and at least in my shop, you come to work with your clippers, and then that's it.
I got you.
You know.
So what are you at Boundless?
We're commission.
Yeah. Wow.
Commission. And I feel like with the area as well that you're in, if you're trying to open up a shop, I think based on what rent is, that your profit has to make sense.
I got it.
It has to. We're not going to pour all this money into an establishment and lose out on money, just because we want barbers to pay booth rent. Like, it has to make sense for me and my family, but it's not going to work for everybody, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the big talk is about right now on social media is it should be this way or that way. I don't think that it has to be this way or that way. I think it's whatever works for you in that moment, because commission could work for you now, but it doesn't work for you in the future. So then you do booth rent, and that's okay.
Right. Do what makes sense.
Yes, exactly.
That's great. How do you feel about in the barbershop established? Do you think contracts should be a part of the business model?
I don't think so. Just because I feel like with contracts, it kind of just makes it like it just brings out a negative side of people, Okay. And I really do believe that people build their clientele, and that's their right to tell their clients where they're going if they choose to leave, right? Mm-hmm. If the client chooses to leave with them. Mm-hmm. So it's all about where the client wants to go. So I don't think that the contract is really necessary.
It's so crazy, Bianca, because I struggled with that back in the day.
Did you?
When I owned my shop, I had a 8-chair shop.
Yeah.
7 guys, and I struggled with it because part of me was like, nah, I ain't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like you. You kind of have an eye. Once you are in that seat of ownership, you have an eye for things. You can tell who would be good for your culture and who won't be good. But you also sometimes you don't know, depending on the individual. Oh, I know. And I was like, man, I feel like I need contracts because, you don't trust them sometimes. Yeah. But then I also felt like, too, what, as a barbershop owner, the energy don't lie.
Right.
What you put out there, that's what you're going to attract. And typically, you're going to attract yourself.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So I was into fashion. I was into business. I was into entrepreneurship. So there was a layout, and it was just attractive. I never really had to say, hey, I'm hiring. I did it from time to time. Yeah. But the more you put in, your business, your brand, you're going to attract barbers, right?
Right.
But it's just funny how nowadays with no contracts, but it's like commission-based, you're making probably more money depending on the shop. But it's also beneficial from what it sounds like to the barbers as well, right? What do you think now with the talks of social media? This is how it should be. Straight commission, whatever. Do you think that it will ever change in terms of opening up a shop, opening up a business for shop owners? Do you think it'll change, or you think it's going to remain the same?
I think you mean as far as
commission, booth rent, the conversation.
I think the conversation won't change at all. I think it's going to always be something. They're going to always compare. Even a suite, like people will say a suite is better. But what a lot of barbers don't realize is when you get into a suite, you got to do all the work. So it's just so much more. You don't get to go home and leave work there. And that's why I'm saying commission is that, you get a percentage taken out, but it's like there's something about going to work and not having to, but still doing what you love, but not having to worry about all the extra stuff,
I got you.
And when you get booth rent, you still have that, you're responsible for that chair, not the establishment itself. And sometimes it is the establishment that you have to worry about.
Absolutely.
So for me, I've having to have worked booth rent, suite, and commission. I'm gonna say commission.
And you've done all three.
I've done all three.
Because you know that's a talk too.
Yeah.
The sweet life.
Yeah.
And I've done all three. Well, I've done two. I hadn't did commission, but I did do the shop, booth rent, right? And then I have a suite now. For me,
Yeah.
I'm at a point to where I can open a shop if I want to. I got barbers all the time. Hey, yo, bro, are you gonna open up a shop?
Yeah.
And I can open a shop. I don't know what direction I'm gonna go in at this point, but nevertheless, I feel like we're at a point to where when it comes to owning a barbershop, it's based on the person.
Yeah.
It's based on a person. Which one would you say, I don't know, guy coming out of school, he's ambitious, he's excited, he's like, yo, I'm about to run it up on social media, I've got to go to all the shows. What do you think a barber coming out of barber college should do? Should he go to a shop, be there for a little while, get mentorship, or should he work, go straight to a suite? Like, which one do you think?
I think he should go into a shop first because you learn all about different personalities as well. And you learn to sit with the fact that this doesn't come easy because it's going to be worse in a suite if you're not already booming,
100%.
because you don't have walk-ins,
Right.
you don't have the shop's name helping you, or even signage,
Sure.
helping you out. So I think putting that time in the shop is what is gonna help a new barber out. Put that time in. Don't try to jump at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with that. And I know we got to get you out of here, but before I let you go, you talked about your son, your children. I love that vibe I get from you. What are your sons like when you give them haircuts? I know you're their barber. Like, what is that like cutting your son?
So my little one,
Yeah.
he hates haircuts, believe it or not.
What?
Yes, he hates haircuts. And my older one, he's 14. He's about to be 14. He's all about his haircuts.
Right,
so,
right.
I enjoy doing his hair now more than I did when he was younger because now he appreciates the haircuts.
Absolutely.
But he still thinks I don't know what's in.
Like, you don't know how to
He shows
cut.
me a haircut. Like,
Yeah.
you think you can do this? Like,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, what's up? I've been in the game for a while. Yeah.
So to them, I'm not really like, I guess a barber. I'm just mom,
Absolutely. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, really quick, what is some final advice that you would give to those that's watching today, whether they're a shop owner, whether they're a suite owner, somebody who inspired to be like you, Bianca, who has 10 chairs and you booming. Like, give them some advice.
So my advice is just stay consistent, stick with it. It's what's for you will happen. Don't push anything that isn't for you. If it doesn't feel right, don't pursue it. And I feel like with the new barbers, just listen to the criticism. I think that's what is important in this game, is being able to take the criticism, even if you feel like it's not right. It's something that is gonna benefit you in the long run, and just post your work. Like, just post it.
Come on.
I don't care if it's bad,
Even if it's trash?
If it's trash, post it, because guess what? That trash haircut is gonna attract somebody. So I think just be true to yourself. I've learned that. Just be true to yourself and don't let anyone or anything just make you get out of character.
I love that.
And I think that's what I'm learning as an owner is what a lot of people don't know is managing personalities has been the hardest thing about owning a business to me. Because everything else has, kind of, it kind of speaks for itself, but you never know what's going to walk through that door every day. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a joy to interview you. Before we let you go, can you tell them how they can stay in contact with you, stay connected on social?
Yep, I'm Barber B on TikTok,
Yep.
LaBarberalinda 88 on Instagram, and Boundless Barbershop. I actually accepted an award at BarberCon last year, or the year before, and my shop gave me so much, can I cuss? Gave me so much shit
Okay.
for not shouting out Boundless.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I froze on stage. I wasn't expecting to get an
got you.
award.
I got you.
And so yeah, shout out to Boundless Barbershop. Like that's my fourth baby right there.
Wow.
You know. So yeah.
Let me do it too. Shout out to Boundless. I don't know y'all, but we family.
Yes.
Heard some amazing things about you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm coming to see you.
Yes.
Heard great things about you. Thank you so much.
I
We locked
appreciate
in.
you.
You my sis.
Thank you.
I'm excited for what you're doing. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Yes. And shout out to King Midas for linking this up. Right
Shout
here.
out to King Midas, Jackpot,
Yes,
Mike.
yes.
I appreciate y'all. Lee as well. I'm speaking it, man. We're going to interview him as well. It's going to happen. We're going to speak it into existence, right?
Yes.
Hey, yo, so check this out. I appreciate y'all locking in. This has been another episode of More Than a Barber, and we out. Let's go.